This is my coffee. And no, it's not mushrooms. In fact, guess which flower this is made of?
Welcome back to Oh So Lovingly, where life imitates art, discovering the beauty in the everyday with whimsy and elegance around every corner. This week, I am bringing you to the most beautiful tour of homes, and it's absolutely the most joyful experience to see how other people decorate their dwelling places into their own personal sanctuaries. I'm so excited to explore all the most beautiful butler pantries, all of the most beautiful sitting rooms, all of the most exquisite artwork, simultaneously helping to support an amazing cause. I am going to be designing some beautiful textiles this week with you. And I can't wait to tell you about my new coffee replacement. I'm so excited to bring you with me this week. Tell me where you're watching from. And let's look for the beauty of the world slower and more intentionally, because there is beauty all around us.
So I have the most fun day planned for us. We are going to do some painting in the studio. We're going to go to a really fun fundraiser. Side note, this is my favorite event of the year. It's an annual fundraiser called Cathedral Giving by Design. And so basically this company will orchestrate a tour of the most beautiful homes in Atlanta, and every year there's a new benefactor. And this year the benefactor happens to be one of my very favorite ministries, Wellspring Living. And I'm gonna put their information below. It's absolutely beautiful and I'm so excited. But first, as promised, I quit coffee. I fully quit coffee. And that's so weird to say out loud because I love coffee. However, when I turned 34, coffee started turning on me. I started feeling nauseous and anxious, and it wasn't worth the joy I got from drinking coffee because I love the taste of it. It just wasn't worth it. So I started drinking decaf, and then I discovered decaf coffee isn't even that good for you because the process that it takes to decaffeinate the bean is so toxic in and of itself. That seems really pointless. So I went to my herb shop, my local herb shop, and I told my sweet girl there what was going on, and she said, "Have you tried the dandy?" And I said, "What's the dandy?" This is dandelion coffee. I will pop an image of it on the screen because in true Heather fashion, I already threw away the plastic and this is gonna be stored in glass. But this is the dandelion powder that you mix in either hot or cold water. Really good for you. Tastes like coffee. It's amazing. If you are a coffee connoisseur and you need the caffeine, don't just quit and do this because you're gonna have to wean yourself off. But I had already weaned myself off of it. And this is literally the dandelion coffee. Here's why it's so amazing, because you could either make it a tea for the morning or you can fully add more of this into your drink and make it thicker and like coffee. It's so good. Oh my gosh. So I'm reading about the Dandy blend. It's called Dandy Blend and it's available on Amazon, and I will link to it below. It's no genetically modified ingredients, no caffeine whatsoever. It's from a water extraction of the roasted plants. I can't memorize them. There's so many things that are good for you about the dandelion tea/coffee, whatever you decide to do with this blend of powder. Liver health. Dandelion supports liver health by increasing bile flow and helping to detoxify your liver. Known to reduce stress in the liver and support its ability to produce the bile. Good source of vitamin C. It has antioxidant properties. Dandelion contains terrazaterol, a compound with significant antioxidant properties that can combat inflammation and regulate white blood cells. So that alone. Potassium content. Dandelion tea is rich in potassium, a mineral that can help filter toxins more effectively through the kidneys and improve blood flow. It can aid in digestion. It relieves minor digestive ailments. And then here we get to it, the piece de resistance, why I have fully quit coffee. Potential anti-cancer effects. Preliminary studies suggest dandelion root extract may induce cell death in cancer cells, particularly melanoma and pancreatic cancer cells, without affecting non-cancerous cells. So that's pretty crazy. It reduces water weight. It is a weight loss aid in helping to break down fat. It also helps prevent UTIs, which is a random benefit, but I mean, the list goes on, and I am hooked. I am done with coffee. Now, I'm a huge proponent of doing what you can. If giving up your coffee is too hard, then please don't do it. But after looking at dandelion blend versus coffee, I was like, well, why am I putting that in my body at all when I could put this in my body? So I have fully quit coffee, and this is so good. Okay, my true and honest review is it's amazing. This has been so great. I notice energy, and I notice it's not necessarily things you notice right away either. It's just, you know, you're putting better things in your body. It is so good. It is so good. And the more you add, the darker roast you could have. So I'm a huge fan, huge fan of dandelion blend coffee. What a game changer. What a game changer. I don't need caffeine. I'm not someone who needs caffeine. To be honest, I never have been someone who needs caffeine. In fact, it has the adverse effect on me where when I have it, I'm tired. I'm more sluggish. So I am absolutely over the moon about the dandelion blend, and I hope you guys check it out. It's on Amazon, and you could try a smaller bag at first, just like ease your way into it, and you can honestly enjoy it as like an afternoon tea after your coffee if you need something else. That I think would be a much better use of it to like wean yourself off of coffee. Anyway, I am so excited to tell you guys about this discovery. Come and join me. I'm going to pick out my outfit for the fabulous tour of homes. So this event typically falls on like the coldest weekend of the year. It's fine. So the outfit I've decided on, I think, is going to be great for indoors, and I've got a coat for outdoors. Here's the look. Okay, this is gonna be the dress because it is lined and it buttons all the way up, and this is gonna actually be really helpful just to keep the heat in. Keep any heat in that I possibly can, because it is so miserably cold. All right, I need to do my buttons. Okay, so this is gonna be really, really nice. It's just gonna keep the heat in, keep as much heat in as we possibly can. This is gonna be my purse. I love this Radley London little black bag. What's great about this is that it can also be a crossbody. I might use that actually today. I actually might use this strap because I'm gonna want to be hands-free. So that actually is a good plan. Let's do the strap. I like that. It's not in your face. I actually really like that. And with my puffy dress, it's not gonna take too much attention away from the whole look. Love. So I'm wearing my coat, my leopard coat. And the coat check guys are gonna have to pry this out of my cold, dead hands. I'm not gonna wanna take this off, to be totally honest. Oh, it's so nice. I don't wanna take it off. I'm just gonna keep it on inside. It's so cold. But I'm really excited. I'm gonna go meet Ashley, and we're going to do the tour of homes. I am so excited to bring you guys with me. This is gonna be an amazing, amazing afternoon to just get to see the most beautiful homes of Atlanta. And these people are so graciously opening up their homes and really giving a beautiful gift to Wellspring Living. And so I'm just all about this. I love it so much. So this is, oh, I have to tell you, this is the Abby Glass dress. Abby Glass. And what I might do, actually, when I'm there, no, not this way. Actually, when I get there, until I warm up, I might just do this. Because I think Abby might be here, so I might get to see her and be like, here's your dress. But this is actually probably what I'm gonna do while I warm up, because it's so cold. It is so cold. So I'm going to do a little bit more admin. I like to be ready before I have to leave the house. That's actually given me a lot of more freedom in my life. I'm gonna get to see so many people in the design world. So I'm very excited to bring y'all with me. Should I button the top? Actually, I think I'm gonna just keep it buttoned. I'm gonna keep it buttoned like that when we're inside, just so I can talk and not worry about it falling off. That's gonna be super cute. Okay, love. The true test is if you're holding something, does your coat come apart? And it kind of wants to. So I'm just gonna keep it buttoned. Does this look like Zorro's cape? Does this look ridiculous? No, it actually looks fabulous, I think. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. I'm very excited about today. Actually, is my dear friend who's going with me. We went together last year when I donated to the auction. It's just absolutely an amazing thing to be part of, and to just be able to meet other entrepreneurs, other creative entrepreneurs that come to this event. It's really powerful to be in the room with some pretty awesome people who, yes, have achieved a lot, but they're also honored to share and honored to give. And that's such a great thing about this event that I love so much. I'm just stalling because I don't want to stop drinking my coffee. So last year at this event, they had a design panel where Heather Dewberry, who is an interior designer, I got to meet her and chat with her. I loved her. Like, I loved her and her partner's ideals and the techniques that they used in their particular homes. I just loved hearing from them. And she's the one who really told me about, at the design panel, they were talking about like really best practices for window treatments. And it's really fun because you get to hear from the experts like what's going out and what's coming in. Literally last year, they just listed out all of their favorite paint colors, all of their favorite whites, all of their favorite blues, their favorite greens, and we were all just like feverishly typing on our notes apps on our phone because it was so good. I was like, this is gold. We're being given gold. It was so much fun. I'm going to head out and bring you with me for a magnificent tour of Atlanta's most beautiful homes. Come along.
So we are approaching the first home, and there was just so much charm. There was so much charm in this house. I love how they took a historic home and totally made it their own. The woman of the house is an interior designer, and I am absolutely enthralled with everything she did. That fireplace is my dream fireplace. It's a gas fireplace. But it's like, I was researching this, it's a coal basket is what it's called. And it was absolutely beautiful. And I imagine that would be just the most convenient fireplace ever. You just turn it on. And the mantelpiece was sourced by the owner. So stunning. I loved the game table and the rose medallion vase. This room was just to die for. I'm loving a lacquered room right now. It is just absolutely magical, and these floors were so special. This was really cool. It was 3 layers of silk hanging within an inch of each other. So the first layer is the flowers, the second layer behind it is some fish, and then there's another layer behind it that makes it look like the fish are even deeper in the water. How magical is that? And this kitchen, the copper pots on the walls were such a beautiful touch. And I loved how it pulled out the copper, the tones in the chandelier. They have a Penley, who I adore. I loved this kitchen, and they kept telling us, go into the kitchen and you'll see Dolly. And oh my gosh, we found Dolly. This was a powder bath that I really loved the way they did that vanity. And I loved this beautiful hallway just pouring in with natural light. And finally, the 𝑑𝑬𝑵 dining room wallpaper. This was absolutely magical. The inspiration I get whenever I see 𝑑𝑬𝑵 in real life is just incredible, because I can do all these things, but I just love knowing the techniques. They had some white tipped leaves to make it really pop against the darker background color. They even had some red tipped leaves to make it look like they were autumn. And I loved just how big their peonies were. They were just explosive. And I loved the little lovebirds together. It was so sweet. So we went outside, and they had this sweet little fountain going. It was the sweetest little area. It just seems like it would be a really wonderful home to live in. This is the next home, and this was decorated by Phoebe Howard, and I mean the whole home by Phoebe Howard. This wallpaper everyone was asking about this, and I loved this living room. It was so magical. The mantelpiece was gorgeous, and I loved these built-ins. Oh my gosh, this just had Phoebe Howard written all over it. I loved their art. I loved their art. It was absolutely so elevated. And they had like a cute little chocolate library, and this was sweet. I loved their Janori plates. The master was an absolute dream. This is the best bathroom I've ever seen in my life. Can we just? This was one of the kids' bedrooms. So precious. And I loved their sitting area. It was so Montecito. It was so cute. Loved their back porch with the pool and the creeping fig, just giving me life. This was the last house we stopped at. They had beautiful painted hardwood floors. The dining room was Scala Madre wallpaper, and they had the heron china on the dining room. It was just absolutely magical. I loved that little urn on the stand, on the wicker stand. So beautiful. And I love this heron pattern. This is the butler's pantry of my actual dreams, and here we have another lacquer moment. Absolutely beautiful, like ceiling to cabinet to trim, like totally lacquered. And wow, what a statement it makes. I loved getting to chat with the designer of this home, Melanie of the Design Atelier. She was so cool, and I just really love how more than her techniques, she talked about the actual owner of this home, and she said, I wanted to make it feel like her. And she really did an amazing job. She said the woman who lives here is bubbly and joyful, and I loved it. So this is her herb station when she's cooking. She reaches for her herbs, and it's so wonderful. Just imagine getting to live in a home that is this beautiful, designed by the Design Atelier. And she was one of the panelists, Melanie was, and they just gave the most beautiful advice. I love this outdoor area and these vines. I forgot to ask Melanie what these vines are, but I do have her email address, so I might ask her. Ashley and I were obsessed with the antiqued mirror and the shelving in the bar, and that was stunning. An amazing and inspiring experience.
All right, so I'm back and we are in the studio. I'm about to have to get started on doing some sketching. So basically, I sketch out my panels before I ever even paint them, or before I can even start mixing the color for like any of the things. So what I'm gonna do is take some poster board, cut it out in the exact shape of the panel, and then kind of cobble it together so I can transfer that like perfectly from the poster board to the silk. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Poster board. I actually like this side for sketching better. All right, and we are back to the birthplace of all my panels. Drawing them taped up on the wall. And this is how I sketch out the design, and then I transfer it onto the silk. This is my favorite part. This is my favorite part. This is where it all begins. All right, here we go. I'm going kind of back and forth between sketching out things on the iPad and then sketching things out on the paper, because before I get it on the paper, I want to make sure that the composition of each panel is going to complement the other panel, especially since I'm working on one panel at a time. So this is my very rough layout, I'm just like making sure it goes side by side well. Yeah, so I'm going back and forth. Okay, so
this is what I'm gonna do tonight, and I'm just gonna show you my technique. I'm gonna peel back the curtain. What I'm doing with the sea sponge and some watered down paint from the background is antiquing my surface before I start. This is something that Diane Hill has recently turned me on to, and it is absolutely the best way to give your paper the illusion that it has aged. So before you even get your chinoiserie paint down, you can have a beautiful background that looks weathered. And it takes a minute, so I just wanted to show you the process.
I practiced my aging technique to make a piece of paper for the background look like it has aged. And I'm actually quite happy with the way these turned out. I just kind of take watered down paint and then use a sponge, go over the area until I feel like I have a good texture. So that gave me a really nice antiqued texture here. Absolutely love what this did. It really kind of did exactly what I wanted it to do, which is just give it a patina of age. So I started sketching out this one for the miniature version of the panel, because I like to do a small version of the panel before I do the large. It just helps me get the coloring right, especially with this background color, which is one I've never really done before. So yeah, I just did a couple of the base layers for this one. This is the practice for the panel, and I started some of the shading, but I really have a lot of headway to make on that today, so I got a lot done. Yay! All right, I am heading to the Gala a little early to drop off my donation. It's like really big. It's in the back. I'm gonna meet Ashley there. This has become like our annual thing that we do as girlfriends. It's so much fun. I love it. So I will do a full fit check when I get there. I'll see y'all soon.
Numerous awards, very distinguished in the industry, has published multiple books and has one here available for purchase today. We're so grateful for you to be here, and there are amazing stores in Jacksonville, Charlotte, and Atlanta. And cute!
Oh, look how gorgeous Ashley is. And she's due next month. There's no, you shouldn't look this gorgeous. She's so gorgeous.
Oh my god, I love you. She's my sissy, and she is a stunning model.
No, your purse is so cute.
When fashion matches art.
Fit check in the bathroom. Anthropology?
Yes.
Oh, it is a statement.
Thank you.
It's so cute.
These are some old Jimmy shoes.
I love it. Let's go, darling. Okay, my beauties, let's work on some textile designs. Tonight I want to work on the one that I've had in my head. By the way, this is my, and I haven't talked about this before yet on the channel, but every night I have apple cider vinegar tea, or reverse osmosis water, apple cider vinegar, ginger root powder, and my raw honey. And I make that into my tea every single night, and that has been a game changer, getting apple cider vinegar into my daily habits. It's been just so amazing. I cannot even tell you like how much more amazing I feel just with apple cider vinegar every night. So that's what this is. I'm going to work on a pattern, and I'll pop on the screen the design process. But I'm working on a pattern that's striped with beautiful lily of the valley interspersed throughout the pattern. And I'm so excited about this one because I have had this idea in my head, and there is like no limit to what it can be. So I'm thrilled about this layout. I'm really excited about where this has ended up. I will post the mock-ups on the screen so you can see it and you can actually shop it now. That's great. Been a very successful day, and I'm gonna do my nightly routine with you now too, because I have something that is going to be amazing for my nightly routine. Join me, won't you? I'm so excited to be working with this new to me skincare brand, Lancer. They sent an amazing kit, a cleansing system that I used last night, and I'm obsessed. So I'm gonna use it tonight with you and kind of show you how it's done. First, I'm gonna take off my makeup, and this is really cool. This has been developed by a dermatologist in LA. So the first step is the cleanser. All right, so then polish, which is basically an exfoliant. You can select any kind of skin type. So I selected sensitive to dehydrated skin because my skin is more often dry. The last steps are the moisturizer and then like soothing serum, because this is powerful. So this kind of goes with it to like still instill the moisture in your skin. I've also been loving using their intensive night treatment with Hyaloplex and marula oil. You know, I love me some marula oil. I adore this. It's so fluffy. After the method, I'll apply some of this, and then in the morning, I love this Active Rejuvenation Serum. This is incredible. One of my new favorites. It's milky, it's thick. You know that you are getting the best of the best. It is absolutely amazing. The last step is the Method moisturizer. And press it in and up too. That's a good way to do it. To really, and the lines, get those lines. It's a good way to really get it in there. I've been really impressed with Lancer so far. It feels amazing on. All of the ingredients are really heavy lifting, and you can really feel that, and you can actually really tell that, especially after your skin is super cleansed, because it's not just cleansed, it's also just like, you feel like it's completely restored. I just feel so locked in. I feel like all of the goodness that I just put on my skin is locked in. And that's what I love about Lancer. So definitely check them out. Get ready for bed, my beauties, and I'll see you in the morning. I'm actually so proud at the holiness that I'm achieving more and more holes. That is exactly what I've wanted to see for a while, so yay! Well, good morning again, my beauties. I am an earring repeater. I have worn these earrings for 4 days, Do you ever, I get into that mode where like every week it's like, I feel like I switch out my little earrings on my plate and it's like, I just take them off and then the next morning I'm like, I'll wear them again, I'll wear these again. And I'm just a chronic earring repeater. But it is Sunday morning and that means there's fresh bread and it is still very cold. It's just too cold to go places. It just is. This is my church look. I've got my coat on because it honestly just feels so good to have it on. I'm gonna use the same purse I had yesterday at the amazing tour of homes. For today, the dress I'm gonna wear is this gorgeous Beyond by Vera maxi. I love this dress because it has pockets. Oh wait, did I zip this? Oh good, I zipped it. I love this dress so much because it has pockets and it's long and I love the color. They go with everything. This is that, I think it's really close to the Pantone color of the year if I'm not mistaken. So I think the Pantone color of the year was like that mocha, like nude, neutral, and I'm here for it. And I have been for a while. Like I've been leaning into this color scheme for like the last year or so. It's just, you cannot go wrong. But I'm wearing this because it is always hot in our church. Like they just keep it warmer than they need to. You know, it gets a little warmer than they need to keep it. Once we get inside, I just rip off the coat. But what I loved yesterday was having this on and like just buttoning the top button, keeping it over my shoulders. It was so nice just doing that. I loved this look. So I honestly might just do this for church. Like I can button this dress all the way up to the top, but I don't always. I like to have my necklace show somewhat. I'm just so happy with everything I got done yesterday in the studio. It was such a great time to just get this project going, and the sketching phase, I know I've talked about this before, but the sketching phase is actually my favorite when only I know the vision. You know what I mean? And like no one else knows the end product just yet, but I know it and I can see it. And like it is so anticipatory and hopeful, right? And even though I'm looking at a white piece of paper, in my mind, I'm just seeing all the colors. I'm seeing all the colors. And so I loved the sketching phase of the panels. And it was really good to just get that idea down. And tonight, when we get back from church, I have got to make some headway on the bamboo pieces that were commissioned from me as well. And I thought that was actually a really cool commission. That bamboo, the green bamboo ones. This client, they're not a maximalist person. They're quite minimalist. And they just love bringing the outside in. And the plain bamboo. She was like, I want that. And I was like, really? What? She's like, yeah, I just want that. So it's given me so many ideas of more bamboo to do. I'm excited about that. She just was literally like, I want another one of these matching because I love this. And I was like, okay, cool. And now my wheels are turning, like, because that green bamboo print in my mind was meant to go with 3 other colorful designs. And this person is like, no, I just want that. And now I'm literally like thinking like, should I do panels of just bamboo? I think I probably should. I think I should. I'm literally thinking that right now. Just bamboo. That could be really cool. I'm seeing it. I'm sorry. I gotta get my iPad and sketch things. I'm gonna sketch on the iPad on the way to church. But yeah, that was very interesting to me, and it's fun to do this stuff because it helps me step out of the work that I've done. And if someone else says, "Oh, I like this," and I'm looking at their style and they're telling me about their style and they're like, "I'm minimalist. I'm not colorful." Like she's got a very. My best friend Alex has this vibe too. I don't know how to describe it. Blacks, it's browns. It's not too much, but it's very elegant It's not quite Nancy Meyers, but it's almost Nancy Meyers. It's not too colorful. It's minimalism. It's decorating the tree with just a big bow, and that's it, and nothing else. It's decorating your home with like pampas grass. It's cool. It's cool girl. It's a cool girl style. I guess that's the way to describe it, but she's a very cool girl, and she was like, yeah, I just want the bamboo. And I was like, oh, really now? I'm very excited, but I've got to work, make some headway on the other bamboo piece that's just gonna match. Yeah, I'm really excited with how much I got done. So let's go to church, and then I don't know what else we're gonna get into. I think I need to stop by the farmer's market and get a couple of things, and then we're gonna come back home and work on that bamboo piece because I do have a lot of headway to make on it. So I'm excited. Excited about that one.
this is the pair that I came up with, and I still have to do the details on this, but I am very excited. So now, actually, it's this way. It goes like this. So they kind of just both, they can either both come in or they can go out. And yeah, I'm excited.